Hello friend, in this lecture we will discuss on how to set the table width in HTML. So friend, let's start. Now to set the table width in HTML, we have to use the width attribute inside the opening table tag of the HTML table element. For example, we will have the opening table tag inside which we will use the width attribute with some value. Say here the width attribute is having a value as 80%. Please note we can even specify the value for the width attribute in pixel. That is, the value can either be in pixel or in percentage, and which one to choose depends on the requirement. Now let me quickly show you a sample code snippet where we have used the width attribute inside the opening table tag, and the value for this width attribute is set as 80%. Thus when this code is rendered in a browser, we can see the output as shown here. So basically in this screenshot we can visualize that this table occupied the 80% of the browser window. Even though if we increase or decrease the browser size, it will still occupy the 80% of the available browser window. Now to have a better clear picture on how we can set this table width in HTML, let's go into the HTML editor and use our previous code that we have done in our previous lecture. Now before we proceed further, let me do a few changes to this, or basically we will remove some code, that is all this align attribute properties we will remove. Now we are good to do the changes that is required for this lecture. Now in the opening table tag, we will set the width attribute with some percentage, that is width as 80%. Save this and right click to open in default browser. Thus when this code is rendered in a browser, we can see that this table it occupies the 80% of the browser window. Now if we decrease the browser size, even that it will still occupy the 80% of the available browser window. Now let's go back into the editor and give the value from percentage to some pixel. Say for example, I will set it to 500 pixel. Save this, go back into the browser and refresh it. And we can see this table is occupying only 500 pixel. And whenever we increase or decrease the browser size, it will still occupy that pixel size. And whenever we decrease the browser size to less than 500 pixel, we will get a horizontal scroll bar as shown here. This is the basic difference when we use pixel and the percentage. Percentage will resize its content based on the browser size available. But whenever we specify it in a pixel, it will always occupy the fixed width irrespective of the browser size. This is about how we set the table width in HTML. Thank you for watching.